So with my last video, actually recording this just like an hour afterwards, but I decided to fix up Morph a little bit, so I might as well throw this in just for the novelty of it. I decided to remove a bunch of plastic under his arms so he can just have his arms down straight, because originally they were like really far apart, so this is just how you do that and the result of it.
You know, the more I stare at the X-Men 97 Morph figure, I just don't like him. So I think it has something to do with, like, the extreme shading he's got going on. And I get what they're doing, because in the show, he's got, like, some shading to, like, signify what type of expression he's doing. But in 3D, it just looks a little bit too much. And especially with how dark some of this shading is. So I'm gonna just remove it straight up because I don't like it. So we got some nail polish remover, and we're just gonna see what happens if we remove it. And it seems to come off very, very easily. And hopefully the sculpt alone will kind of be able to cast some natural shadows and stuff. And the thing about Morph is that he doesn't actually have any eyebrows in the show, so we don't have to repaint anything as long as we don't touch the eyes. And I guess an easier way to get about this would be to just paint over the areas with like a light gray mixed with some beige, but I prefer a more permanent approach here. And even if this turns out horrible, it's not like it really matters because I don't really like this figure too much anyway, so it can literally only get better in my book by doing this. I want to try to keep some of the outline though. Yeah, already I like this side way more. Now we remove the shading from this nose part. I think it just looks a little bit too, like, almost evil with all this eye shading. I'm slightly worried about doing this in one session because I don't want the nail polish remover to start like eating at the plastic if I just leave it on for too long. So maybe I should give him like a quick rinse. You know what, I'll do that. And we're back at it after just putting some water on top of him, and he is a little bit wet still, so just gonna... So back to detail work here. Don't really know if this is going to be a particularly interesting video considering it's just me rubbing this cotton swab over the sculpt, but you know, it's a video. Puts a little bit less pressure on me. I don't know, I feel like it's kind of nice to see progress in real time like this. We'll keep like a little bit of the shading. So there comes a part when the paint on the cotton swab just kind of starts spreading over like what I'm trying to remove. So unfortunately a whole lot of cotton swabs are going to go for this project. I want to get as close to like the black outline as humanly possible here. But I do like how this is turning out. This is easily an improvement so far. I'm honestly quite surprised no one else has done this. Because usually on Instagram, you see people come up with like all kinds of ideas, but I haven't seen anyone just remove the cell shading, or this isn't even cell shading, it's just like shading. I think I'll keep the lips painted in though. Don't like these flat ones as much as I like the tiny pointy ones, but I don't want to use too many of the pointy ones. Ooh, we're cutting it a little bit close to the eye whites here. I might want to do this eye a little bit bigger, actually. Okay, I think this is going to be the last one, so this is just going to be like clean up here under the eyes. I'm going to remove these, maybe get a little bit closer on this side. Okay, so we're here now, and like I mentioned earlier, I just want to make this eye a little bit bigger because I feel like it's supposed to go up here a little bit more. So we're going in with some white. Well, considering the sculpt is like doing a raised eyebrow, I think this eye should be a bit bigger. And then I might have to do like a little black outline here, but I also want to bring in this side here to be a little bit more consistent. Okay, we got a tiny bit of black here, and I think I'm actually hitting some sort of like sculpted line here. Like you see this like line, but it doesn't really make any sense because this eyebrow is raised. So I feel like this eye should be more open, but it's not. Okay, so the eyes are more or less complete now. And this is a clear improvement over the original sculpt, I thought. Well, sculpt, more paint job. But the lips, what do you say? I think we should go for it. So have a big cotton swab and... Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Much, much better. We'll keep the little shading here for the smirk, I think. Oh, this is so much better. Should I paint this black? Or should I keep it this kind of like in between? You know what? I think I'll keep it this color. I quite like it. So I realized we kind of had one quick shot before. Like we don't have to make this like really atrociously difficult to remove. So I just have some null oil. And I'm gonna shade them inside of the mouth, well, like lip crevice, and we'll see what happens. I want to keep the actual lips clean though, so after this dries, I'll probably go in and just scrub the paint off the lip. I think just having like the in between of the lips even darker kind of brings it all together with the eyes. So I think this was the right move. Okay, so the paint has dried in the mouth area. So now we're just gonna go in with a toothpick and we're gonna scrape away this faint layer that the wash did on the actual lips. And you can see like the tiny paint flakes just coming off. Here it is. So there's like a little piece that sticks out here and if you look here, there's like a slightly uneven piece like right here. So we're gonna try to straighten that out. I think it also goes up a little bit too high. Yeah, it does. I can see it here. Yeah, you see like here. So here is Morph completed, and I think that in a very rare case of action figures, removing the paint from them just makes Morph look way, way, way better. The sculpt itself in real life just kind of casts real highlights and like a little bit of shading, and in 2D it simply doesn't because it's just stark white. So you can't really emulate what they're going for in X-Men 97 with Morph, but simply by using less is more, it's very, very much makes them look far more cartoon accurate. So simple little fix. I had fun doing this, and this was actually filmed just right after I did the previous video where I shaved down the insides of the torso so the arms could go down further. But yeah, very, very easy fix, and if you want to do it yourself, by all means go ahead and do it. It's very easy, and the result looks fantastic. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in a bit.
Praise be, they're never out of diet. And then there was Morph.